It's 2025, and Donald Trump is wasting no time reinstating strict immigration rules. He has set his sights on 7 Asian countries, each linked to different risks or conflicts. Stay with us as we reveal the 7 nations that Trump may once again ban from entering the United States, and the reasons behind his decisions. Let's begin. Pakistan at number 7 is Pakistan. Why has Pakistan ended up on Trump's list of countries that may never be allowed into the U.S. in 2025? Now that he is back in office, Trump is pushing forward rapidly with his immigration agenda, and Pakistan is near the top of his priorities. His main reason is rooted in ongoing national security concerns and what he calls weak cooperation with U.S. immigration laws. For years, Trump has warned that dangerous groups continue to operate in parts of Pakistan. While the Pakistani government insists it is fighting terrorism, Trump argues there are still too many unanswered questions. He claims that background checks on people traveling from Pakistan remain inadequate, and U.S. officials cannot always confirm their true identities. Trump often asks, "How can we allow people in when we cannot verify who they are? Is that a risk America should take?" Another key issue is deportation. When Pakistani nationals overstay visas or violate immigration rules, the U.S. attempts to send them back. But according to Trump's team, Pakistan frequently delays or even refuses to take back its citizens. Trump calls this disrespectful and insists that any country unwilling to accept its own people should face serious consequences, including a full immigration ban. This ban affects nearly every type of entry: student visas, work permits, tourist travel, and family reunifications. Many Pakistani American families now fear they will not be able to bring over parents, spouses, or children. Students admitted to U.S. universities risk losing their opportunities. Skilled workers with job offers could be turned away. The debate continues. Is Trump being overly harsh, or is he simply doing what he believes is necessary to keep America safe? Could this strain U.S.-Pakistan relations even further? And what about the thousands of peaceful, hardworking Pakistanis who have built their lives in America? Trump insists his stance is about putting America first. But for many families, this feels like being pushed out, no matter how long they have played by the rules. Indonesia at number 6 is Indonesia. Since returning to the White House in 2025, Trump has also placed Indonesia under close scrutiny. Why might he ban Indonesians from entering the United States? The biggest reason is visa overstays. Trump argues that Indonesia has one of the highest rates of people who enter the U.S. legally, often on student or tourist visas, but then fail to leave when required. This issue has become a serious concern for Trump's administration as it intensifies its crackdown on illegal immigration. He believes overstaying undermines U.S. laws and complicates the ability to track who is in the country. Trump states firmly, "If you come here legally, you must also leave legally." As a result, he has threatened to block new visa applications from Indonesia unless the government does more to address the problem. Another challenge is immigration cooperation. When undocumented Indonesians are caught in the U.S. and ordered to leave, American authorities often face delays because Indonesia does not always cooperate efficiently with deportation procedures. Trump argues this wastes U.S. time and resources. This potential ban could deeply affect thousands of Indonesians. Students dreaming of higher education in America may lose their opportunities. Families could be separated. Even tourists or business travelers with clean records might be denied visas. Critics ask, is banning an entire country a fair solution to visa overstays? Could there be better alternatives that do not punish law-abiding citizens? Trump maintains this is not about punishing Indonesia. It is about protecting America's borders. But for Indonesians hoping to build their future in the U.S., this feels like the closing of Iran at number 5 is Iran. With Trump back in power, Iran once again finds itself in the spotlight. Few countries have drawn such strong opinions from Trump, and he has made it clear that Iranians may not be welcome in the U.S. anytime soon. The primary reason is national security. Trump argues that Iran poses a serious threat due to its government's support for groups such as Hezbollah and other organizations the U.S. considers dangerous. Even peaceful travelers, he insists, present risks when they come from a nation whose leaders openly oppose America. We can't always tell who's good and who's bad, so we have to pause things, Trump explains. This translates to suspending visas of all types, students, tourists, and even family-based immigration. Another major concern is Iran's nuclear program. Trump has long opposed the Iran nuclear deal, claiming the country cannot be trusted to follow international rules. He argues that if Iran gains nuclear weapons, global safety is in jeopardy. Blocking Iranian entry, in his view, is a way to pressure the government into compliance. But is it fair to punish ordinary citizens? Many young Iranians aspired to study in America or reunite with family. Others hope to escape harsh conditions at home. Critics argue that banning them may only increase hostility instead of promoting peace. Trump insists the policy is not personal but about protecting American lives. Yet for countless Iranians with dreams tied to the U.S., it feels painfully personal, another wall in an already divided world. Bhutan at number 4 is Bhutan. Known as a peaceful and quiet nation celebrated for its natural beauty and gross national happiness philosophy, Bhutan may seem like an unlikely target for a U.S. immigration ban. So why is it included? According to Trump's administration, the concern is verification. Bhutan lacks strong digital systems to track citizens and visitors. Much of its government record-keeping remains paper-based, and cooperation with U.S. immigration officials is limited. Trump argues this makes proper background checks nearly impossible. Without reliable data, U.S. authorities cannot always confirm who applicants truly are or whether they pose risks. Another factor is Bhutan's close diplomatic relationships with larger neighbors like China and India. Trump fears that Bhutan could serve as a quiet gateway for outside influence or intelligence operations. Critics dismiss this as unfounded, but Trump insists the U.S. cannot take risks in an era where digital security is paramount. The ban has disrupted student visas, tourism, and family reunifications. Bhutanese families living in America now struggle to bring loved ones over. Many see this as an unfair punishment of a peaceful country, but Trump argues that every nation must meet strict standards if it wants access to U.S. borders. Myanmar at number 3 is Myanmar. In 2025, Myanmar remains torn by civil unrest, ethnic conflicts, and political instability following its 2021 military coup. Trump argues that this chaos makes it impossible to conduct reliable background checks on those seeking entry into the U.S. The collapse of government systems and rise of extremist groups within Myanmar fuel his concerns. While not traditionally linked to global terrorism, rebel factions have gained strength amid ongoing violence. Without stability, Trump warns, dangerous individuals could slip into the U.S. under the radar. Human rights groups strongly oppose the ban, arguing it punishes families fleeing violence. Refugees who have already waited years for resettlement now face cancelled or delayed cases. For many, the dream of safety in America has been shut down. Trump defends his decision, stating, "America needs borders that protect our people, not policies that invite problems." Until Myanmar becomes more stable and cooperative, he insists the U.S. cannot take the risk. Turkmenistan at number 2 is Turkmenistan, a Central Asian nation rarely seen in global headlines. Why would Trump block people from such a little-known country? The key issue is lack of transparency. Turkmenistan is one of the world's most secretive states, with tightly controlled media, restricted internet access, and little cooperation with international agencies. Trump argues that this makes verifying visa applicants nearly impossible. Concerns include fake documents and incomplete records, which create significant national security risks. The country's close ties with Russia and Iran further raise alarms in Trump's view. For ordinary Turkmen citizens, students, workers, and families, the consequences are harsh. Many have seen visas frozen or denied, and their hopes of coming to the U.S. shattered. Human rights groups argue the ban unfairly punishes people who are simply seeking freedom and opportunity. Trump remains firm. We can't allow people from countries we know almost nothing about to just walk in. Yemen at number 1 is Yemen. This war-torn nation has long been a concern for U.S. security, and under Trump's second presidency, it is once again banned. The main reason is terrorism. Yemen has served as a base for groups like Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, AQAP, which has openly threatened the U.S. Trump argues that admitting people from Yemen risks allowing extremists to slip through the cracks. Another issue is Yemen's collapsed government. Ongoing civil war has left the country without strong leadership, making it nearly impossible for the U.S. to obtain trustworthy information about applicants. Without reliable verification, Trump says, allowing Yemeni citizens entry is simply too dangerous. This ban has devastated families, students, workers, and even patients seeking medical treatment. Critics argue it is cruel to block people escaping violence and hunger. Trump, however, defends his stance. America must come first. We cannot take chances. To be removed from the banned list, Yemen would need stronger governance, full cooperation with U.S. authorities, and decisive action against terrorism. Until then, it remains at the very top of Trump's no-entry list. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss future updates. Do you believe immigration bans truly make a country safer? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Goodbye.